Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Paul Reed and I'm a professional photographer. So I've got lots of monochrome images coming up to show you a lot of new stuff that I've been doing. Firstly, what I'd like to do is apologize for my absence on YouTube over the past few weeks. I haven't replied to any comments and I haven't been doing videos for a few weeks now. So the reason behind that is because my father died and I just wanted to take a little bit of time off just to process that. It's never easy whenever somebody close to you dies, you know, a mum or a dad, and I just wanted to take some time off just to deal with that. I still did some workshops and things, but in the main I kind of put everything on hold. What I didn't put on hold though was my actual photography itself, because I find photography to be extremely therapeutic, and it's something that's got me through many hard times. Also, my father was the one who inspired me to be a photographer in the first place. It was his cameras that I first picked up as a child, and he was a very artistic man. He basically supported me throughout all of my photography, and he just loved the fact that I was doing that. So it's a celebration really for me to go out and keep taking photographs, because that all came from him. I wouldn't be doing this today if it wasn't for him. So this episode is by no means going to be morbid or anything, because I'm celebrating my dad's life and I'll continue to take photographs the way that I have been doing, and even more so now. The first thing that I want to show you today is some street portraits that I took of a couple, and it was just great. I was just in Carlisle, just walking around, and like I said, I was just kind of processing things that had happened, and I saw this couple just sitting eating a sandwich, and I went up to them and I asked if I could take the portrait, and it was just great. I was talking to them for a long time before I'd even started to take the portrait, and I think this is the great thing about street portraits, is really to try not to rush them. I do it sometimes, I rush the street portraits, so I've took the time to ask them and then just start to kind of think, I'm taking too much of their time up. But it's just good to really just take your time with those street portraits whenever you do them. So these portraits were taken on film. They were taken on Tri-X, and I'd pushed the Tri-X to, I think it was 800 ISO, and I shot these on the Leica M6, and I shot it with just this little Voigtlander lens. I love this lens. It's a 35mm color scope lens. It's 2.5 is the maximum aperture there. But basically, I love that lens because it makes the camera really pocketable, and it puts it smaller than what the Q2 Monochrom is, and I just love using that camera. And that film experience does sometimes slow you down at the time whenever you're doing a street portrait, because you're shooting film. You can't just look and say, yeah, I'm on the right tracks. You've really got to get the exposure right and everything. How I developed the film was completely different than how I've ever developed the film before, and I was sent some Rodinal by one of my viewers here, so thank you so much for that. And I just didn't think this was going to work, but I did the stand development process. Now, just in short, what that is you put some Rodinal, and it's really highly diluted. So what happens is you actually put the film in the container as normal, but rather than doing the agitation and then it being a really short period of time, what you do is you just agitate it once at the beginning and then once in the middle, and then that's it. But you actually let it just stand for an hour. And I just thought, how on earth is this going to work? Surely I'm going to get bromide drag. I've had that with the cine still stuff, and then I thought, what if I get this reticulation again, because I got that with the cine still. All of that none of that happened, and I got some absolutely perfect negatives. And this really opens up something for film photography, because what this means is that, you know, I can shoot things at the box speed, so 400, but I can shoot it at 1800, 1600, 3200, maybe 6400, might be pushing it a little bit too much. But if you look at these images, they're just not that grainy, you know, not really. And the quality of them, I think, is great, and I'm really pleased with these street portraits. On that same roll of film, I shot this street portrait as well of this girl, and again, it was just great to shoot it on film. The light wasn't great, but sometimes you've got to take these photographs where the people are at the time, because you're maybe never going to see them again. So I did my best. Like I said, the light wasn't fantastic, but I still love this portrait. The following photographs were taken on the workshops that I did this month, which was the Glasgow and the London workshops, and I'm happy with a lot of these. I usually do this little portrait session where I just take a picture of everybody that was on the workshop, and I'll show you those, and then also just some other stuff as well from those workshops. They were all taken on the Leica Q2 Monochrom. Still carry this about everywhere, and it's either this or the M6 these days. So I'll just take a moment, and I'm just going to show you this, and this is the dates that are still available for my workshops. Thanks for watching that. I'd really love to see some of you on these workshops. I've got people that are coming on multiple workshops now. They're loving them that much. And, you know, it's just great to be around like-minded people. Everybody bounces off each other and gets ideas off each other, as well as what I'm teaching. So I'm just enjoying those so much. One of the other things that I did was I returned to Glasgow, because during one of the workshops that we were doing, there was something in my mind to do with the Time Traveller. So if you've never seen the Time Traveller series that I do, then you'll get the idea of it just from seeing these photographs that I'm going to show you. But I just decided, look, I need to go back to some of those locations, and these are kind of some of the locations that we're shooting street on the workshops, but I wanted to go back and just do some pictures with the Time Traveller in, and these are those. these last images that I'm going to show you are also taken with the Leica Q2 Monochrome. So there's just a few here, and it was just on a day that I was in London, and I was really just having a little bit of a break, to be honest, with my girlfriend, and I took some photographs of her, which I really love these images here. And I did a couple of street portraits and then also one kind of street photo as well. I really hope you enjoyed the images that I've shown you today. I hope that maybe something there has inspired you to go out and take photographs, and it was really just to show you what I've been up to, that I have actually, you know, still been taking photographs even though I've been absent from YouTube. So I've got lots of, you know, great episodes coming up on the YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to get really back into it. So as usual, if you could like, subscribe and all that sort of thing, and I'll see you next time.